Welcome back to The Power and the Glory. Well, as Christians, one of the greatest personality traits that we can develop if we don't have it already is boldness. Why? Because, our hero within the Bible, Jesus Christ, was a man of enormous courage, enormous boldness. He was a rebel, an outlier. Yes, he could be meek and mild, but he possessed enormous courage to confront lies, deceit, and particularly this established order of the church. And he expects nothing else of us, or nothing less of us, I should say. Point two, boldness is convincing. If you preach with boldness, if you talk about Jesus and the scriptures with boldness, then people are going to be more convinced. Boldness carries conviction with it. Point number three, when we're confronted, if we're knowledgeable of our scripture and we have confidence in our knowledge of the Bible, we can confront any opposition with boldness. And it's going to come because there's a lot of wokeness out there, there's a lot of apathy out there, and we have to really fight each and every day against both those challenges. Point number four, we require boldness when we're out on a mission. It takes courage to go out there and hand out leaflets or to speak on the streets. It's one of these things that we need to have as part of our arsenal, and that's boldness. The other thing is, when we're approaching God, point number five, we need to have boldness in our prayers, expecting God to grant our requests if they're righteous, if they're driven by righteousness. Point number six, boldness is our birthright. We've always got to remember that Jesus has won the battle. Now, Satan does his best to convince us that this is not the case, and that we should be disillusioned or lacking confidence. But the battle has been won. Jesus has won the battle. Point number seven, we are prophets of truth in a fallen world. Remember that Jesus said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me." We need to be bold in our defense of the truth wherever we need to be that way. And boldness works. I've defeated some very evil people through my belief that were in my life and trying to take me down. And the last reason why, number 9, why we should be bold, is the Bible tells us so. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. "Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace in our time of need." And Proverbs 28, verse 1 says, "The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion."